Taylor gang or die.
Who you with?
Reec.
Yeah. Who you with?
Who you with?
Hey, man, we back at it. Let me go ahead and hit this hype bell. Get it popping, baby. We are live from Media Campus West, the Reec Show Live. Shout out my brother, Potty Ali, with the game. And shout out my family over Magic 107.5, 97.5, Real Sound of Atlanta. You know what we about to do, though. We about to get it going. We got an artist in the building that is on the rise. He's got millions of followers. He's got hundreds of thousands of streams. He is breaking records all across all types of platforms, doing his thing on YouTube. The videos look amazing. He's got artistry inside of that, too. Creativity at its peak. We got Trev in the building. What's up, my guy?
Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you having me out.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. You start this music journey 2018. You jump right out the box. Has you always had like that creativity bug? When did that start?
Yeah, definitely. So when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I started playing piano.
Okay.
Took that pretty seriously as a kid. I had the recitals, the whole thing.
Okay.
My dad was a big inspiration, musically. Over the years was still into it, kind of did, sports, other stuff, in school, just kind of figure out what's going on. And then, like you said, in 2018, really got into it, dove right in, did artist development at UED Studios.
Okay.
And, did everything from choreography to staging, vocals, recording, everything. So, it really helped me kind of level up and, put my creative side out there. So.
Yeah. Nice, man. Do it the right way. Artist development. We kind of lose that. And what you just said is a major key. You got that stage presence. You learn how to interview. What are some of the things you went through? And this is one of the key pieces for all those artists listening from the game. They need to hear this stuff right now.
Yeah, well, I definitely feel like, the little stuff matters. Not a lot of people always see it, but the little stuff matters and it all kind of adds up. And like you said, artist development, is not a lot of people I feel like know what that is anymore, because a lot of the record labels, used to offer it, and it's not, you kind of got to look forward and know what you need and what to do. But I think if you're able to get, your creative side out, work in choreography, staging, have good vocals and not out of breath, when you're performing and it look good, then, you're able to do your thing. There's nothing stopping you at that point.
That's it, man. All the way around. I like it. So you jump into this thing, you do your artist development. At what point did you start recording and trying to get your sound together?
Yeah, definitely. So, I started artist development in 2018. I think 2017 was the first time I actually recorded in a studio.
Yeah.
And I remember it was dope. I forget what the studio was called, but I was younger at the time, so I was like, man, this is crazy. And it wasn't nothing crazy, like 60 an hour, but I went in there and I'm like, all right, this is dope, but I'm not trying to pay 60 an hour on the low end to try and record. So I'm like, all right, let me get an interface. So I got an interface, got speakers. I started off in, Logic, GarageBand, learned how to do that. And then, went into Fruity Loops and then eventually Pro Tools. And, I record almost every day and I love it. So,
all right, that's it. You set up, so you're saying, for those that are just tapping in, he set up his own. You set up your own situation. Now you can record at will.
Yeah.
You can start getting those creative juices flowing. Right.
Exactly. Because, you don't know when creativity can come and go whenever.
Right.
And as opposed to, having to drive all the way to the studio. I think it's the best thing in the world to have the studio.
Get up, roll out of bed, and knock it out. Right.
I had no idea what I was doing. I'll tell you, I had no idea. I was on YouTube. I was just playing around with stuff, and eventually I kind of found the sauce, and it seems to be working, so I'm gonna go with it.
It seems to be working. You're going crazy on Spotify and all of the streaming platforms. Followers are picking up. We see you got that verification badge. People know who you are. They want you for music, which is always a good thing. Tell me about your creative process, though. You say you never know when it's going to hit you, but how is it? Do producers send you tracks and then you write to those because you feel catch a vibe? Because it seems like you got a lot of vibe music.
Well, yeah. So it's what's very unique with myself is I do a lot of different kind of music. I don't really stick to one genre, so I have more kind of like urban or hip hop kind of mainstream, and then I have pop stuff. I have stuff that's out that's in other languages that hopefully I'll be able to release soon. But
what languages? Hold on, let's talk about it.
I'm working on some stuff in Spanish.
Okay,
with a few.
So you speaking the Spanish, eh? Habla español poquito, eh?
But I don't know. Yeah, I've been working on a ton of stuff, and I work a lot of different ways. So I actually produce a little bit myself.
Okay.
And obviously mix and master too. But I'll go in. I work with producers, cook stuff up from from scratch. And then I'll also get stuff sent. One producer I really like working with was is Blessed. I'm not
cool.
Sure
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've done actually a lot with him, and actually one of the records is on the album. But and we we just cook stuff up from scratch and make some fire records.
The best way. That's the best way to make biscuits. That's the best way to make music too. You won't need no carbon copy stuff. Tell me about this Spanish song, man. What's her name that inspired you to do that?
Man, so actually,
because I started learning Spanish because the young lady. I was like, I need to be able to talk.
Yeah,
to you.
no, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So I mean, yes, it's not out right now. It's with a group called Mucho Info.
Nice.
And,
Okay.
You know, shout out to them. I met them through another friend that's an artist, and you know, been kind of working with them a little bit. It's been a while, but you know, working to put that out soon. So
nice. Nice, man. So right now we with Trev. We're talking music. We're talking about his journey too, man. But I know you've been pretty vocal about having to deal with anxiety, having to deal with different things. We saw that Tyrell Terry just retired from the NBA at 22 because he's dealing with anxiety. I was watching Last Chance U the other day. It was a young man who's really a good basketball player, but he has to get a coach that understands his situation because he deals with anxiety. He's on the other end of the spectrum too, with slightly autistic. So, to be vocal nowadays, how I guess comforting is it that you can actually be okay with saying this and people not looking at you like you're weird? It's just something that you deal with and you're trying to empower other people.
Yeah, I mean, you know, definitely. At first, you know, like growing up, right? You know, a lot of people were bullies. A lot of people want to talk and you know say whatever. It took a long time for me to get to points where, like, if someone looks at me and calls me ugly, whatever, I mean, I don't really care. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. And ever since accepting that, I've, you know, things are just so much easier. It feels like a weight has been lifted.
Right.
You know, I think a lot of people struggle with anxiety and they may not, you know, fully accept it or see it.
Yeah.
But I think that music, you know, is one of those great things that can really impact, you know, emotions and, you know, can sometimes be the best medicine something needs.
Yeah, it gives you that outlet to get it out.
You know, if I'm anxious, I mean, some of the best music I've made has been, you know, when I'm like kind of going through something and I just get in there and just kind of do my thing. And afterwards I'm like, damn, I just made this like, you know, this fire ass song and I feel better. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely think that music can help. And yeah, I do want to be vocal about it because I feel like not enough people are. And if I can even help one person, you know, whatever they may be going through, that's kind of a win for me at the end of the day. That's
what's up. Let me hit the hype bell for that, man. That's awesome to be able to share that. People being vocal about that type of stuff, and just being able to an outlet for others. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh man, Trev did it. I could do it. I could talk about it too. So kudos on that, man. Big ups to that, man. I saw the video. You know, you got a straight jacket on in the video and everything. You got chalk out lines. I said, my boy going crazy with the creativity.
Man, I was in that thing for, oh my God, 10 hours. And I had to go in and out of makeup because they put a bunch of makeup on me to look like demented for the video.
Yeah, I saw like black eyes. And and
there was one thing where I had to like break out of it. So I was trying to do like the bone breaking
How
thing.
How hard
and get out
was
of
it?
It was not easy, man. I was tired. I'll tell you, I like almost passed out on the ride home.
Wow.
I was so tired after, but it turned out, that video turned out.
The video is amazing, man. Where the heck did they make the padded room or did y'all had to find one?
Yeah, so we shot it at one of the, I don't know if you heard of Studio Space.
Yeah.
So we shot out there and built all the, like the hospital set. That wasn't a real hospital at all either. Nice. Like they put the lighting, they built the hospital, all that stuff. And then, I mean, we like fake crashed a Ferrari because it's one of the lyrics in the song for Can't Go a Day.
Because I was like, you got some CGI going, bro. That's a high budget video right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
crashing a Ferrari. I was like, hold on now. Let me check and see. Right.
Yes. I mean, that was definitely, really fun to shoot. I'm working on another video for one of the singles on the album. I'm not going to say which one yet, but keep a lookout.
See, don't do that. Don't do that. Is it Dreaming? Is it Can't Go Away? Is it Doppleganger? You're not going to tell us?
I'm not going to say yet.
Hype bell for him keeping secrets on the Reec. I didn't know we did that here, but it's all good. It's all good, man. Early on, what were like your musical inspirations?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely grew up listening to a lot, a lot of different artists, a lot of different genres, everything from kind of old school, hip hop to, old school rock, even like classical, jazz music, a little bit of everything. But I mean, I just, like I said, my father was a big inspiration. I remember, just looking at the childhood videos.
Yeah.
And we'd be playing guitar together. We'd be jamming out. Like he'd play Eminem for me on the way to like kindergarten. And I remember got in so much trouble and like
rapping the lyrics in kindergarten.
Oh yeah, man. I got put in that corner for a hot minute.
Oh man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with getting in trouble for music. I had the same situation. Don't worry about it. Tell me about it. So what was Eminem your first? So like most people say, I heard EPMD the first time. I heard KRS-One. Like I'm not even gonna lie. The first time I saw artists on TV that inspired me was Crisscross because they looked. I was like the same age, looked like me. I was like, man, that's crazy. I want to do that. So what was that moment you fell in love with music for you? I definitely think kind of right after, like before I could even walk, I literally had like a little toy piano. I don't know what it was. I mean, I don't even remember it. I see the, our home videos and I'm like, man, I'm like not even walking yet. And over here like banging my hand on a, on a piano. And
I really enjoyed, taking lessons because, I mean, it was like, like a real thing. Like I was doing recitals and stuff. And even back then, I remember I had a lot of anxiety about it. My dad would have to be like, all right, like I'm going to take you out to Chuck E. Cheese after whatever to do the recital. So, and I'm like, all right. And as a kid, I'm like, all right, Chuck E. Cheese. Like, all right, I'll go up and do it. I'll go up and do it. And, yeah, I mean, it's always kind of been a part of me. I feel like my, creativity and just my desire for it has grown stronger over the years.
And that's good, man. I like that. Let me hit the hype bell for that. So what right now, which thing is keeping you going? Is it when you listen to your songs, when you watch your videos, or when you perform? Because I see you have a lot of energy, and I could tell you have that artist development, which you let us in on. Yeah. But what is it? What is like your top thing right now in the artistry side of things?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think my biggest goal for anything, it's like I said, I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I would love to, completely do that the rest of my life. Right. Pay all the bills. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't actually know this, but I'm still in school too. I'm still in college at Georgia State. So
nice,
I got about a year left. Okay. I'm gonna knock that out. But like I said, yeah, I mean, money's obviously, great, and buying stuff is great. But I mean, I think, if I could, even if it's just one person, if I can, touch their emotions and feelings and make them feel better, whatever they're going through, I feel like that's a win at the end of the day. And I'd love to do that. If I could touch every person on, emotions on the planet, that'd be a win for me too. But I want to change lives. That's kind of what I want to do.
Music could do that. Let me hit the hype bell for that. That's dope, man. That's something that's going to keep you going for a long time, bro.
Yeah,
definitely, man. Trev in the building. Let's talk about this album as you putting it together. Any specific producers that you locked in with, or you kind of let everybody get a little bit so you can let the creativity flow?
Yeah, definitely. So I worked with, like I said, Blessed on one of them. That's out, and worked with 1201 Entertainment. So Joey the Sequel, Sky Beats, Davion, and a bunch of them. All great guys. A lot of it, we made from scratch, and the whole kind of the idea with the album was I didn't want to just put out like a hip hop album or a pop album or like a mainstream album. Like I wanted to put a little bit of sauce, a little bit of different energy and vibes on each record. So the whole idea.
You got Chick-fil-A sauce, you got Polynesian barbecue, all the sauces.
Man, you make me hungry now.
Yeah, but too, but about to wrap this up.
But no, I mean it was definitely the whole idea like Doppleganger. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like another version of yourself.
Correct. Yeah.
It may not be the same thing, but essentially another version of yourself. Kind of an alternative. So, some songs on there, like kind of pop meme stream. There's Bad AF, that one's like straight kind of like urban hip hop, kind of like, club kind of scene.
But I think that's how it is as a person. A person isn't just one way. Like you got people, I say this all the time, like I definitely pray every day, but I curse too. You know what I mean? Everybody has different layers. So to be realistic within your music, you start to explore those layers.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, one song's it's got like violins and cellos in it. And, I mean, pretty much a symphony. And it's like, I was going through a lot when I wrote the song, and it ended up coming out amazing. And I look back on it and I'm like, all right, like I did that, Cool. So it's definitely,
Cool. Well, so what song on there right now is probably because you want to evoke those emotions for people? What song, if somebody's going through something, should they pull up right now and pull up? What song is that?
It's hard to say because it depends on, what you're going through. I think, the head single that I chose for the album is called Don't Stop. That's been doing pretty well. So, I mean, I definitely think that one's kind of a bop and just overall good vibe. Kind of a love interest, like, you feeling good with your girl type thing. But there's just so many different, I would just encourage everyone to listen to it start to finish. And you'll kind of see, all the different emotions and feelings and kind of see things more clear that way. Yeah.
The man knows how not to answer a question. You have a future in politics, sir. I'm just kidding. Trev, we just kicking it, talking about this album coming up. So where do you see yourself? We got these last three questions. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years in the entertainment side of things?
Definitely, yes. So, I mean, I actually do plan to start touring next year, so 2023. So, I'll definitely announce that on my Instagram at Trev TRVE and all the other platforms as well. Definitely want to put out another album. I've got about, 100 and something songs.
Craziness,
yeah. I mean, I'm ready to just keep going. So, definitely a bunch of new music, bunch of shows, definitely merch. A ton of stuff I'm working on. So,
okay, I like it, man. All right, your Mount Rushmore. Who's on it? 5 artists.
All right, I'm gonna start off with Michael Jackson was a big inspiration.
Okay, you can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with that. Elvis Presley.
Okay.
Let's see, I picked some from that too. Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD was pretty dope. I feel like he made a big impact in such a short amount of time.
Right.
Rest in peace. But Let's pick some Atlanta, and then like Lil Baby, Young Thug.
Okay.
We top 5.
Yeah, that is a Mount Rushmore. Okay,
yeah.
that's a good mix right there, man. Free Thug. All right, next question. You get to make a song, and on this song you get 3 other artists, but you guys are also gonna go on tour. Who's on this song?
Man.
You're the A&R now for your
That's
song.
tough. So I get 3 artists.
3
song
artists, you
a
and you
tour.
going on tour.
All right, I'll go with Roddy Ricch, Post Malone, and Lil Baby.
Okay, that's a mix right there. That's gonna be about who's producing it.
Man, that's tough. I'm gonna go with Bless.
Okay, that's it. Keep it in house. I like it. I like it. We've worked with him before. We know what he's gonna do. I like it, man. Everybody, make sure you follow this man on Instagram, social media, all his platforms. Tell him where to find you at.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at TRVE. All other platforms, TRVE Music, Twitter, TikTok, anything else you name it, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all playing. But pretty much, all the platforms, TRVE Music. So
For sure, man. If it's one thing you could say to your pops about how he inspired you, how he, sent you down this path without knowing it or not, what would that be?
Just thank you. I mean, my parents have been, very supportive since the beginning, and I think that's, really an amazing thing to have.
That matters.
I'm very grateful for him. I'm very grateful for my mom, and I'm thankful that they've supported me and continue to do so.
That's what's up. Shout out to the parents out there, man. That's big right there. This man is developed. He's an artist. He's doing his thing. He's getting busy. Trevor's on the way. New album is coming out. It's already out.
Yeah,
it's already out. Make sure you guys get it. He's got 1 million streams already. You can make it 1,000,002. All right, keep it going. We're getting back to this mix. We got more music on the way, and then we got another special guest. They got a movie that just dropped, or is dropping, and it's going to be extremely crazy. A lot of talent on that thing. Some people I'm very familiar with, and you are too. So y'all keep it locked right here on Reec Radio, Reec Show Live, and Reec Talkcast to see what's up, all right?